Hello, hello, and welcome, or should I say ho, 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 Christmas cousins. I'm Cousin Chad.
Where is he?
Cousin Seth? Seth,
Yeah.
where are you? Cousin Seth could not be here today, so we are here with fan favorite, I mean, not Cousin Seth level, perhaps, but the very next greatest thing. We're here with Joe, the Christmas Aficionado. Welcome, Joe. Thank you for stepping up.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Cousin Seth could not be here last minute. I believe he's working on some either major peace negotiations or business deals. He never tells me. He always keeps it quiet, but he said it's even more important than this huge breaking news. I said, what could be more important than this, Joe? We are discussing Hallmark announcing their 2024 countdown to Christmas movies. This is very exciting.
It is Christmas Day for Hallmark fans. This is the time where we wait to see what's coming and then try to figure out how we are going to spend all of this time and watch every single one of these movies.
That's right. Yes, exactly. He nailed it on the head. So what we're going to do today, and for those of you who are new to the show, Joe has his own channel, his own show that it's called Christmas Aficionado on YouTube. It's a great channel. It's highly popular and growing in popularity every day. Joe, I think, what was the latest count? You're almost at like 4,000 views or subscribers or something like that.
Yeah, I hit 4,000 last week. So
wow. Would you call that the Christmas Cousins effect? You were at what, 2 or 3 before being on our show? Of course, right.
Of course, yeah. As soon as I got on your show, all of a sudden it was just
Boom.
like bam. But what's really sad though is if you have like 23 million listeners,
yes, average.
I am getting very less than 1% of that.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So I will make a plea right now to our 23 million daily Christmas cousins out there. Give Joe a follow. Let's show him a show of strength. You should have at least 10 million follows and subscribers by tomorrow on your YouTube channel. So let's check it out. Let's follow and see the real power of the Christmas cousins.
You're putting a lot on your channel. You're a lot on your podcast.
I am. I have confidence in us. Now, if it doesn't work, it's only because Cousin Seth wasn't here to back it up and verify it. And to officially endorse you. So, that's
everybody.
it.
Well, and also everybody would have said, oh, I'm not listening to this as soon as they heard that Seth wasn't on. So they didn't hear any of this plea that we're doing of trying to get people on.
Yes, that is a great point. With Cousin Seth's endorsement, it can sway the election either way. Just the election of what to watch on YouTube. He's as big as Taylor Swift in our world. So anyway, we digress. And we are here for Hallmark. So this is exciting. You and I were talking, when are they going to release the movie list? And we figured it was going to be today, September 19th, because it's like a month to the day, basically, when the movies start. And lo and behold, first thing this morning, 6 a.m., nothing. 7 a.m., nothing. And then what was it, right around 9 o'clock or so?
9 o'clock, I messaged you. I said, it's up. And I sent you the link. Today, it was announced on the Today Show first. And then it was announced on Hallmark.com, which I don't understand. Come on, Hallmark, put it out there and then announce it on the Today Show, because people want to read these synopsises. We wanted to know exactly what these movies are going to be, who's going to star in them, and when they're airing, because I am all ready. I cannot wait. This is my favorite time of the year. My Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights are now completely booked for the rest of the year.
Yes, love it. That is, it is interesting that Hallmark scooped themselves. They were hoisted by their own petard, as they say. I've never seen a channel do that, but they don't care. They're like, whatever, they'll do it. And Joe, you're wearing your Hawaiian Mele Kalikimaka Christmas shirt. I am wearing my Christmas robe. Even though it's like 85 degrees out, I wanted to be dressed up for this special occasion. So we're ready to dive right in. We're not going to do the Hallmark movies and mysteries movies because we'd be here until the movies started. We're going to go through the 32 Hallmark ones and see how it goes. Joe, one thing before we start, and you're like, oh, here goes Chad getting off track, but I'm on track here. But do you think, I have no idea. I've hosted a few of these shows without Cousin Seth. I have no idea if he listens, if he's not on, or even if he listens when he is on. We should give a code word to see if he's listening and let him report back to us. What do you think about that?
I think we should. And I think we should do it at a random time in the middle of the show. So don't do it now. Okay. Because he may listen up to we're only 5 minutes in. I would say at some point you say, this is the code word. Okay. You give it. And then next time we have a call with Seth, we say, Seth, did you listen to it? And of course, when he goes, of course I did. I love it. My show. I listen to every episode of, even if ones I'm not on.
Right.
And if he doesn't know,
then we
know.
That's good. I like that. Okay. Although if he's listening up to this point now, he may be listening just for the code word. So we'll see. We're going to find out.
You randomly to say the code word, and then I think we have to come up with something unique, something that he won't just automatically think about. But
right.
I think that's a good. I think that's a good thing. And then I think what you should do is you should also do another episode when we look at the mystery ones, because you have to watch those ones too.
Oh, yeah. They have some good ones.
We talk about that because I think we got to hear Seth's opinions about all of them. See if he knows because that's the best part. He's not going to know who any of these people are.
Right.
He won't even barely know who Taylor Hines is. So
he completely blanked out from last year. Complete erasure already.
Of course. Yeah. Do you really believe he rememred any of these names?
No, I think it's like Palahu. He has no idea. So
he has no idea. So
no, he doesn't even know. Sometimes I'm surprised he remembers. He showed up last night for the show, and it was great. I was very excited. So that's Seth, and I'm not putting him down. He's an eccentric genius. That's how he operates, on his own terms and his own things. So that's it. He doesn't operate on a celestial, he's on an earthly plane like the rest of us.
I mean, we can't even get him to watch Home Alone 2 in a timely manner. I mean, he was on Facebook the other day and he commented on something, and I said, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be watching Home Alone 2?" Because
what'd he say?
He didn't reply.
There you go. It was probably one of his people, his social media people.
Probably, most likely. Yeah.
So this year, Joe, to get back on track, Seth even makes it about him when he's not on air. So they announced it this morning. So you saw 40? I thought it was like 47 movies total. What were you seeing?
See, I see here that there's 32 Countdown to Christmas.
Okay.
And it looks like there are 9 Miracles of Christmas.
Okay.
So that would mean 41. But one of them on this list is already aired. So
Operation Nutcracker, correct?
Exactly. And that's going to air on the Countdown to Christmas. So there are 40. I don't know where the 47 number came from.
Did you see that too?
Or maybe there's some on Hallmark Plus that they're going to be doing exclusively. And if that's the case, I need to look around and there's a tab here for Hallmark Plus. Let me see if they got the announcements there.
Joe, also how many from July? Maybe they're including that as well. So that could be 3 or 4, perhaps.
Well, there was 2 new ones for July. There are 3 new ones for July.
Okay.
One of them is the one that they're including in this countdown, the Nutcracker one. But altogether there would be 43 so far for the entire year.
Okay, interesting. So did you get Hallmark Plus, or are you getting Hallmark Plus?
I have not gotten it yet. Okay. I don't really care about any of the other Hallmark movies that are throughout the year. Right. So Christmas are the only ones that I like. So I think maybe in November, well, I guess maybe I have to see the schedule, see what's coming out on Hallmark Plus. If there's going to be some exclusive stuff that I can watch, and I can maybe watch some of these movies, because there's going to be a movie that I have to go out on a Friday night. I have to have a life once in a while.
Right.
And I know I'm not going to see something live, so I'm going to have to, and I don't have cable, so I don't have a DVR. So I have to figure out a way to watch this some other time. So if they're available on Hallmark Plus, I'll probably subscribe for 3 months of the year, and then
that's what I use. The Friendly app, and it's great.
Yeah,
it's not sponsored, but it's inexpensive, and you can get all the movies live and record them as well. It's really good.
I managed to do it last year. I have Peacock app, and you can watch them on Peacock, and you have 3 days to watch anything that aired live.
Okay.
So I was able to catch most of them. There was 1 or 2 of them that I missed. But then I figured out a way to watch it, and we won't talk about how I did that here.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh. We will not. Well, I recommend the Friendly app. It's just a free plug right there. I use it. You can watch them anytime. You record them. You have like 3 months or 6 months to watch it once you record it. But anyway, okay. And we'll see. Hallmark Plus does have that Find the Next Christmas Hunk movie star or whatever, which looks like a fascinating reality show. But we digress. Let's get into this already. So we are starting Friday, October 18th. That's the earliest they've started ever, correct?
It's pretty damn early.
Yeah. Since I've been looking, at least, I mean, I usually see like October 22nd, 24th, 20th, maybe the 18th is crazy. So, but okay. They're kicking it off with Robert Buckley and Amy Groening. Now, Robert Buckley was in the Christmas House. Is that what it was called, with Jonathan Bennett?
I believe so. Yes.
Yes. So that's how I know him. He was like Mr. Handsome or whatever was his show on. He was an actor in the movie. And Amy Groening, I don't know her, but to prevent her family from canceling the Chamberlain family Christmas Olympics, Jessie lies and says she's inviting a date to the long-standing holiday tradition. She meets Brian on a dating app. He agrees to spend the holiday with her and her family as they engage in eccentric activities like search for a Christmas tree star, gift wrapping, and snowball fight. That's not that eccentric. They start to develop real feelings for each other. Soon her family begins to catch on. They suspect they might be hiding the real reason. As they continue, they must work together, blah, blah, blah. So that's the opening one. Generally, their opening ones aren't always that strong, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they think not a lot of people are watching, but 'twas the date before Christmas. What are you thinking? Yay or nay? It's like our beer episode.
I'm excited for this one. And now you
Okay.
mentioned Amy Groening and you didn't know who she was. I have been rooting for her to get her own movie for a long time.
Okay.
She's been in a number of different movies and she's always the side character.
Okay.
Last year she was in a movie called The Santa Summit, which was the third best Hallmark Christmas movie from last year.
Right.
I don't know if you saw that one or not.
I did.
Okay. She was in that one. She was one of the three women that was featured in it. She's the one who's obsessed with Lord of the Rings. Where they talked about that. She was also in We Wish You a Merry Christmas. She played somebody who drew dogs, I believe, or something like that. Oh,
she owned a store in the town.
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
Right.
Yes. She was in 'Tis the Season to Be Merry. Man, I know there's a few other Christmas ones, but anyway,
but this is her starring
she
role.
is so good. Every time she's been in one of these movies, I'm always like, she is really good. Why isn't she have her own movie? And she finally does. And I'm excited for it. I think this sounds fun. Christmas Olympics, give it to me. Let's start watching it now.
Wow. Okay. I like that. Wow. So you're way into that. For me, it doesn't even matter what it's about. It's opening day, first one of the season. I'm in. That's like so exciting. Hopefully last year, I know during it, Cousin Seth was live tweeting, and it was really funny to just watch what tweets he was doing as he watched it live. So I'm hoping he does that. So we go right into Saturday, October 19th. This is interesting. We go right into a Hanukkah one. Now, I love Hanukkah, but Hanukkah doesn't start this year till December 25th. Christmas Day is when Hanukkah starts this year, actually, which is super late because it's based on a different calendar. So let's see. Holiday Crashers, it's called. Lindsay Fonseca, Daniel Monet, a couple others. Best friends Tony and Bree have worked at the same card shop for years. They both struggle to find their life's true path. This holiday season, Tony and Bree decide to shake up their humdrum world by creating new identities to crash amazing Christmas parties from the shop's confidential invitations. All harmless fun. First of all, great concept. I like this already. Tony gets mistaken for a lawyer, which isn't too far off since she did finish law school, just never completed the bar. Tony and Bree are whisked away to a fancy corporate retreat in snowy Vermont mountains by handsome business mogul Justin, whose crush on Tony is real. Then they go along for a ride. There's a lot going on here. This fun Christmas crashing romp will either end in disaster or two happily ever afters. What are you thinking about this one, Joe?
So there's a couple things I think. It sounds like there's two different couples, which is cool. I mean, that's a very unique different thing. It's not like there's a main couple and then it's side couples. Sounds like these are going to be two different couples, and I love it. I love Lindsay Fonseca and Daniela Monet, who you may not know, but I know only because my kid was obsessed with Nickelodeon shows in the 2010s. Okay. And there was a show on Nickelodeon called Victorious. Okay. And she watched that. And of course, because she watched it, I watched it. And iCarly, Victorious, all those ones I had to sit through. Right. You eventually start to like them because it's just like you have to watch them. Right. She was in Victorious. She was a great character in that. I recognized that name. I had to double check to make sure that's who it was. But yes, she was from Victorious, Nickelodeon star. Okay. This just sounds fun. Again, 2 days in a row, we have like some fun Christmas movies that have that look like there's a bunch of activities that are happening.
Yes, this one looks fantastic. I mean, it looks like it's going to encompass a lot of parties, a lot of different holidays. This one's a winner. I mean, at least excited to watch it. Like you said, we don't know till we see it, but it's different. This one's definitely a different take. I like it. We don't know where it's going to go. I love anytime you have snowy in Vermont, I'm in, except that beer one, Christmas in July. I don't know what happened, that shoestring budget one, but that's another story. The very Vermont, whatever, with the microbrew. That one sounded like it'd be great. It was like a Three Floyds beer. It should have been good. Once we tasted it live on air, it just wasn't working. So
see, I like that one, so I'm not gonna.
oh, you did?
I did like that one. I did, yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I know a lot of people crapped all over it, but I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Except when they made fun of pumpkin beer. Then
right.
I was a little offended by that.
That was like a personal hit against you.
Yeah, because pumpkin beer is the best kind of beer, and I'm gonna, probably everybody who's a beer drinker is going, "What? No, pumpkin beer is the best. I don't care what you have to say."
And you just got a pumpkin whiskey. Have you tried that yet?
I have not tried that.
Are we going to do it live on air on a special breaking news mini episode soon?
It's up to you. I have it right here.
Oh my
I have not tried it. I also, because you can't just buy one bottle,
right?
You
may have guests,
so I bought s'mores flavored whiskey.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm not a flavored whiskey fan, but it's Southern tier. It's pumpkin. I'm gonna try it.
It's worth a try, right? It's just like these movies. It's worth a try. You don't know,
but just so people don't think I'm like Mr. Warbucks over here spending money. This was $19.
Hear that, ladies and gentlemen? $19 per bottle. He doesn't even care. Holy cow! I replaced one wealthy guy with another. This is crazy, everybody. Wow!
If you to hear that a bottle of whiskey that is 750 milliliters, which is quite a bit, is $10. It is not normally top tier stuff.
That's right. It sounds like Mad Dog 2020 back in the 90s. It's around the same price. And probably.
So I'm not getting my hopes up because it is. I mean, it may be fine. It might taste fine, and I might get a nice little, pumpkin enjoyment from it. But we can do that taste testing. I think we need to wait for Seth for that one, though.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. That'll be fun. Okay, we'll jump on. We'll just do the last minute thing. That'll be fun. Okay, so let's keep going here. We have the next one. I'll read a couple more, then maybe you read a couple. So this is the first weekend we're going through, Scouting for Christmas. Again, you haven't read these through. I haven't read these through. So this is the first I'm hearing about them. There are dribs and drabs, as they say, that come out through the year. I don't like to read them. I like to wait for the big announcement. I mean, one or two, like the March one. How about you?
I normally don't read through them. I like to look at the names of the movies. I like to see who's starring in them, because that always make sure that I have to see that live. But I don't want to know a lot of times the synopsis. Like I'm doing that today because I think it's important to talk about these movies. I'm not going to remember the synopsis of these things. Exactly. By the time November comes, I'm going to be like, we actually did a discussion about this and I talked about this one. But it's fun. It's Christmas Day for Hallmark fans.
It is. I know. It's just fun here and seeing everybody on all the socials talking about it, the breaking news. It is a lot of fun. It's like a fantasy football draft for Hallmark fans, maybe. So here we go. Scouting for Christmas. This is a Tamara Mowry Housley joint, as she's really good on these. Now, she's been a busy realtor since her amicable divorce a couple years ago to Dakota, a paleontologist whose adventures kept him anywhere but home. Now, she is devoted, if often harried, single mom to smart and loving 10-year-old girl. They're always so precocious, the kids in these movies. Angela's busy schedule makes it hard for her to find time for anything or anyone else. As it is, she can barely get Brooklyn or Scout meetings on time. When Brooklyn gets the idea to have William, the owner of the favorite bakery, cater her Scout Troop's posh annual event, she asks Angela to work with him. So despite sensing that her daughter might be trying to play Cupid, she agrees to help him. So get back together. When they return, she's missing. They must decide what's best for her daughter, blah, blah, blah. So it's a daughter-kid trying to get the two together. Scouting for Christmas, first Sunday of the weekend, starting with a Tamara Mowry Housley joint, she's a big star. What are you thinking about this one?
So that's the only good thing I think it's going for this one for me. When I hear this synopsis, I like Tamara. I think she's good. Carla Marks was in he's been in a number of Hallmark movies. He was in Christmas with Darlings. He was in Making Spirits Bright, and
Okay.
then he was in A Kismet Christmas, I believe.
Okay.
I'm pulling these out of my butt.
What's his name? His name is Karl Marx?
Carlo.
Oh, Carlo Marx. Okay, much different then. Okay.
I don't know. This one does not. After the first two, which sounded amazing, this one feels like, oh, this is the Sunday night movie. This is the one that's going to put me to sleep. You know,
Okay.
I hate saying that because I like Tamara. I think she's really good. But she's hit or miss for me with her movies. Like, I like her, but the movies she's been in have been up and down. So,
wow. You should run for political office with that answer. You just went up and down, yes and no, non-committal. That was brilliant. I didn't know what buzzer to hit. I sing and knowing. So you will watch, you won't watch. You'll like, you won't like. You are excited and not excited for it all at the same time.
Well, no, I am going to watch.
Okay.
I watch every one.
Okay.
For the past 3 years, I have been proud to say that I have watched every single one of these movies by January. That has not always happened, but that is a definite thing that has to happen, whether I'm excited about the movie or not. Will I like the movie? She's in it. That might help, but the storyline, a little, not so much.
Okay. I'm kind of with you on this one too. I don't know exactly what they're going. There's a baker, there's a paleontologist, there's a realtor. There's the daughter setting them up. Either way, it's the first Sunday weekend. I'm still excited. I'm not at that point where I'm like, any of these I'm not going to be looking forward to. And with Tamara, however you say, in it, that's exciting enough. So let's go to number 4. This is Friday, October 25th. Now, this one is Operation Nutcracker. I assume you already saw this because this aired on Hallmark Movies Now, correct?
This did. And I actually reviewed it for my channel. I did a quick 1-minute review for it.
Oh, yes.
And I like this one. I'm kind of bummed that they are including this in the top, countdown ones, and the fact that they're putting it on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Like, this is a Sunday night movie that do put on. So that, but again, this is now a Friday night. I know I can go out. I'm not going to miss any Hallmark movie. I've already seen this one.
Right.
This one was fine. I think this is, there have been 3 Christmas movies that have shown so far this year. I would put this as probably the best one of the year so far. Number 2 would probably be the beer one, the Vermont for me. And then number 3 was the where they photograph snowflakes. I don't remember which one that was called.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one. Yes, yeah. That was it was called A Very Tedious Christmas, I believe. So yes, the reason I haven't seen it yet. Now Christopher Russell, he's good, but Ashley Newbro, she's in A Small Town Christmas, which I think is like one of the greatest of these. So I will watch it. I'll watch any Ashley Newbro joint. She's in that with Palaha. They're fantastic. So we're on to the second Saturday, the Christmas Charade. So it looks like a dancing one. Whitney, who's Rachel Scarston, she's been in a lot of these. She was in the seminal one last year with Andrew Walker, where they were the pilot stranded on Christmas Island. I think I might have ranked that amongst my top. I was the only one to do that. And you laughed outright on that. You still are. I didn't take enough time to work on the list. I'll admit it. A cautious librarian raised by home security experts finds herself in a real-life adventure when a blind date mix-up leads her into an undercover operation. Oh, no. Forced to pose as the girlfriend of a special agent, they track him down at a charity ball. As the stakes rise, she embraces her inner action hero. She did one of these in her family just in time for Christmas. She did this, or she was like an MI5 British agent.
Yeah, The Royal Nanny.
I hated that one.
Oh, you see, I love that one.
Did you? I hated it.
I love that one. I despise Christmas Island.
That's so
and
funny.
you counted that as like one of your favorites. And that shows you how different our tastes are, because the Christmas Island one was one of the worst ones last year. The Royal Nanny, I don't think it was the top 10, but for me, I think it was probably like 14 or 15 from was it 2022? Yeah, I liked her in that. This sounds interesting because here's Corey Sevier, who is playing a spy, or an FBI spy or whatever.
Okay.
And he's got that look. Like he's a James Bond kind of look, you know.
Yes.
But he's just not British. At least I don't
Right.
think he is. So I think that's good. But again, pretending to be the girlfriend, I hate
Right.
those. I'm not a big fan of those ones. But I'm going to say that I'm going to give a positive that because I like both of these actors,
Okay.
that it might be fun and interesting. I just hope it's not too over the top action, or they try to do something
Right.
action oriented
And it's
and it's
not
over the
great.
top and it doesn't come off well because they don't have the budget for effects or anything like that. And you know, the fight scenes in any kind of Hallmark movie when they have had them have been pretty ridiculous. So
Yes.
we'll give this a I'm partially excited.
Okay. So you obviously you're going to you watch all of them. I understand your points. For me, if I hear some people are like, if you're like, Chad, you've got to see this, it's really good, then I'll watch it. Other than that, I will give it the 10-minute test. I usually put these on for the first 10 minutes and see, and I can tell, but I just don't like the action. I don't want action. I want them stuck in a lodge in Vermont in the snow. That's it. That's what I like in these. A small town, preferably Vermont. But okay, we'll see. By the way, code word, Cousin Seth, will be James Bond. Code word James Bond. So if you're still listening, Seth, that's what we want to see if you're listening. I like that code word, James Bond. Here we go.
That sounds good.
Yes. So we'll see. I don't know when he'll bring it up, but we'll find out. So he will never say James. Imagine a movie comes out like soon and he starts talking about it. I don't know. I'm confused. So the 5-year Christmas party. Now this looks like it's taking place in a bar. Over 5 years, Alice and her old theater school rival Max reunite each holiday season to work at Chicago Catering Company's Christmas parties. While their undeniable chemistry grows, the timing is never right for romance until the company's final season pushes them to confront their true feelings. As they say goodbye to the job, they might find that their love will keep them going in the most unexpected way. This is Katie Finley and Jordan Fisher. Your thoughts? Your thoughts.
So, Katie Finley, and sealed with a list from last year, one of the best ones, that a big surprise hit that people loved. She was amazing in it. She was, and I don't know Jordan Fisher. I don't recognize that name, but he may have been in things that I just don't recall. Okay. However, this sounds fun. It's I like when they try to tell a story over a long period of time, because let's be honest here, Hallmark movies take place over the course of sometimes 3 days.
Yes.
And people then all of a sudden fall in love and are ready to get married. And while that does happen, it usually ends in divorce.
That's right. That's true. Right.
So I like the thought that this shows building a relationship over 5 years.
Okay.
It takes place while they work at a Christmas company party, and looks like they're bartenders from the picture. So you'll be alcohol involved. It makes sense. I'm partially excited for this one.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to watch it. I'll give it the 10-minute test. Nothing about it makes me go, wow. I don't know. Did it say it was like where it was taking place? Again, I don't like the city ones as much. I like the small towns. So
I have a feeling the fact that just based on the picture, it does not take place in a small town.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah. So again, I'll give it a 10-minute test. Not super excited. So we're now almost into November. I'm thinking, Joe, what we should do is go through November and leave December and do that maybe with the movies and mysteries. What do you think about that? Because then good. One, this won't be so long, and two, maybe we'll be able to include Seth, get his viewpoints on it too. I like when he doesn't know the people. That's always fun. But just so this isn't so long, and I don't want to just rush through these all. Now we have November 1st. You want to read this synopsis? A Carol for Two.
A Carol for Two, starring Gina Claire Mason, Jordan Litz, and Charlotte Day M. Boyce. See, that's the why you gave it to me, because of that last name there.
That's right. The DM Boise's are going to be after you. You better watch out.
So after moving to this is a long synopsis. After moving to New York to make it to Broadway, Violet gets a job at Fury's, a legendary theater district diner famous for its singing waitstaff who bide their time there while awaiting that big break. Luck seems to be on her side when she gets a coveted slot singing during Fury's annual Christmas Eve concert, which is attended by a who's who of the theater world.
Wow.
Okay, I think that's enough because there's a ton of stuff before he gets into this.
I do have a short clip already from this one of her singing in the bar. So let's just listen in. This is great. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. I mean, you know, she's an actor, not a singer necessarily, but
she's not going to get a big break if that's her voice.
So this is definitely a big city one. Yes. We're in November, so we're like full hot holiday season. What are you thinking? A Carol for Two?
I don't care for the plot of this one where she's just singing. So it sounds like there's going to be a lot of singing in here. My thought is that either they're going to have to choose songs that are in public domain, which of course means they're not that interesting.
Right.
Or they're going to come up with original songs. So they'll probably sing Christmas songs, most likely, in the public domain. So it's nothing going to be special. It's not what you're thinking a real theater, I guess, diner would have be in.
Right.
It does star Gina Claire Mason, who was in 2 really good movies. She was in A Holiday Spectacular from 22. And I believe she was in Heidelberg Holiday last year.
I like that one a lot, actually.
That was actually a really good one. I don't recognize Jordan Litz, but again, it's the guy, so you know I don't always remember these. But yeah, I mean I'm gonna watch it because I have to. But this is not one that I'm particularly enthused by.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so. Right. And that's just the story is lacking. Okay. So, but the next one, Our Holiday Story, Saturday, November 2nd. If you want to take us on this one, this has 2 very big stars that the people that watch Hallmark know this well.
Yes. So Our Holiday Story, Saturday, November 2nd, stars Nikki DeLoach and Warren Christie. Yeah, 2 big Hallmark star names. So Dave, Warren Christie, and Nell, Nikki DeLoach, recount their love story to their daughter's boyfriend, Chris. We follow through their one special Christmas where fate routinely brought them together and then kept them apart. But as Dave and Nell tried to find one another, they were oblivious to the fact that they were work nemesis paired together to throw a Christmas festival of their town. Okay. Meanwhile, in the present, Chris struggles with relationship issues of his own as he attempts to say "I love you" for the first time to his girlfriend Jo. As our 2 couples and storylines intersect, lessons are taught and learned about communication, honesty, and the capacity for change in ourselves and in others. And I missed a few commas there, so that sentence sounded weird. But this is a Nikki DeLoach one. This, again, sounds like it's going to be a big cry fest. You know,
yeah, they always put her in the sad ones. I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. Yeah. Every movie she is in, it's a drama-filled cry fest.
Right.
I hope this one's a little bit funnier, but let's be honest, it's talking about relationships, keeping them apart. There's going to be crying in it. It's going to be Nikki's crying. Right. Warren Christie's probably going to be crying. They're going to try to make the audience cry. Nikki DeLoach can't be in just a stupid humor comedy romance one. I feel bad for her because I think she needs to be. She needs to get away from this drama-filled storylines. Is it Nikki DeLoach, Warren Christie, 2 of the top Hallmark stars? I'm definitely watching it. I wish it was a comedy, but I'm excited for it.
Okay. All right. I agree with you there. This one, my only concern with this, I like the 2 stars, of course. Warren Christie was in that Christmas in July one. You probably remember the name. That was really good. That was an excellent one. A couple of years ago.
That was the road trip one last year.
So he was in another one. Where they went to a big mountain house somewhere. It was a divorced couple. It was a couple Christmas in July's ago. I'll have to look it up. It's escaping me now, but I'll remember it. But anyway, my concern with this one is sometimes they intersect so much, not enough rather, that at the end of the movie they fall in love. You're like, we haven't even seen you guys together except for a few minutes. So I'm interested to see how long they actually spend together and what they do. But it sounds good. I'm going to go with it that it's Nikki DeLoach, it's him, and we'll go from there. So I know you're talking about Holiday Road, but there is another one that he was in. And now it's bothering me. Which one was it? Not the famous one with the Fonz, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Oh, what was that one? I don't know. I'll have to look it up another time, but it'll come to me. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So we move on to the next one. You want to go for this one too?
Yep. Holiday Mismatch, Sunday, November 3rd, starring Carolyn Ray and Beth Broderick. So when free-spirited Kath, played by Ray, and uptight Barbara, played by Broderick, clash at a Christmas committee meeting, they're shocked to discover that they've accidentally set up their adult children via a dating app. Determined to stop the romance, the two mothers team up, only to realize that they have more in common than they thought. As their kids' love blossoms, so does an unexpected friendship between their meddling moms, bringing both families together for a festive Christmas. Now, I am going to ask you right now, do you know who these two women are and why it's unique that they are together? And don't look it up on Internet Movie Database.
I'm not looking it up.
Yes, you are. You're typing something.
I was looking at Warren Christie still. I do not know why it's important that they're together. I missed whatever they were in pop culture.
Well, okay, so Carolyn Ray and Beth Broderick were both in Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay.
They were Sabrina's aunts in that show. So having them together again in this movie is kind of cool. So they're both going to be together in this without obviously Melissa Joan Hart because she's obviously on that other channel that we don't talk about. Well, no, we talk about Lifetime. We don't talk about that other channel. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. But so we have a reunion for Sabrina the Teenage Witch. We don't know who they're playing their kids, but I'm all for this. This sounds like fun. This sounds like very unique that it's two women becoming friends over the course of realizing that their kids are together. I'm all in, and I'm all excited for this one.
I like this too. I love the idea that instead of just finding love all the time, especially for young couples, let's take it and find companionship. That's a form of love as well. So I really like that it's a different take on that. So I'm interested to see how they play that. I like them mixing that up a little bit. I did find the movie Crashing Through the Snow. That was a really good one. That was a good one. Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't really a road trip movie. That was the one with the they were a divorced couple. Right? Yes.
They went to the mountains somewhere. So they drove to the mountain house. It was a beautiful big mountain house. They had all the homemade ornaments. That was a good one. But anyway, we digress. We are into so we're both looking forward to that one. Let's see. The next one we have is Trivia at St. Nick's. Interesting. Tammin Sursik and Brant Doherty.
Yep. Okay. So Friday, November 8th, start, as you said, Tammin and Brant Doherty. Okay. Well, when students all flee an elite university in Vermont for winter break, the locals and faculty hunker down for their favorite time of year, the annual Christmas bar trivia tournament. Yes. For Celeste, a type A astronomy professor, this event combines the magic of Christmas with their greatest comfort in life, knowing the right answers and booze.
Right.
Sorry. There's a lot more to this description, but it sounds like it's going to be a bunch of professors who stay on campus to enjoy drinking and having bar trivia, and they meet up with they obviously hook up eventually with the other two. Right. I don't know the names. I don't know her, Tammin. No. I've heard of Brant Daughtry before, but this is going to be this one might surprise me, but I don't know since I don't really know the actors all that well, and it sounds like it's not going to be as fun as it probably should be.
Okay.
I'm going to
maybe they'll be freer because we don't know them and have preconceived notions about them.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm this one for me. Vermont, small town. They're snowed in somewhere, winter break. They're hunkering down. This is lovely. First of all, I need to get to Vermont because I'm sweating so badly in this robe. It's done. I tried. I was so hot. I'm gonna go jump in the ocean after this. I'm dripping wet. So here we go. When they go to the Vermont, I mean that alone they had me. There's an astronomy professor. They're having a good time. They're discussing life. I'm in. Truthfully, this might be the one I'm most excited about so far.
Oh my God, really? Yeah, this one sounds fine. I wish there was something more to it, but
I don't need much to it.
I know it's a small town sit by the fire Christmas movie. It's all you
Yes.
really want. Yeah.
I should really just put on that fireplace, thing that plays on a loop for 4 hours. That sounds like my kind of movie. That's my favorite one of the year. So I think we should actually, because we are running long and I do have to do something shortly. We should go up to Thanksgiving weekend because there's no need to rush. This comes out once a year. So we could go into December, and I don't want to give it short shrift because I could sit here and go through these all day. This is fascinating. And I'm curious to see what they are. Plus, I want to see if there's other ones in small towns. Like, what was it? The Christmas Cottage? What a good one that was. Oh,
God.
Picture a Perfect Christmas. I'm talking the top of the top here. So, Santa Tell Me. I'll go for this one if you don't mind. Erin Krakow, Daniel Lissing, Benjamin Ayers, Chris Russell, Kurt Cesarka, or something like that. When Olivia, a successful interior designer, finds an old letter from Santa promising she'll meet the love of her life and that his name will be Nick, she's stunned to meet not one but three guys named Nick. She navigates these holiday romances. She finds herself drawn to a charming coworker. The clock is ticking towards Christmas Eve. She embarks on a heartwarming and humorous journey to uncover her true soulmate. Interesting. Your thoughts?
So Erin Krakow, I like her. I think she's been in some good ones. This has 3 stars that are 3 big stars. So Daniel Lissing, Benjamin Ayers, and Christopher Russell, and Kurt. Well, actually, there's 4, but there's supposed to be about 3 guys. So I'm not sure who the 3. Okay, so the 3 guys named Nick are it's Skarka.
Daniel Lissing, Benjamin Ayers, and Chris Russell.
Yeah, but then well, this Daniel Lissing person is somebody. Oh wait, that's her coworker.
Chris. Oh wait, he's Chris. Wait, he's Chris. The other 3 are Nick.
Yes. So was one of them Santa? I mean,
I don't know. Right? I don't know. Okay.
So, it sounds all right. It might. If it's fun, if it's a comedy, that'll be fun.
Right.
The picture does not look fun. The picture looks like it's a drama. It's they're looking off in the snow and the lights, and it doesn't look like a fun movie. This looks like a drama, sad. I don't know who it is, but how can that be? It's she's trying to meet her true love, and is it one of these Nick guys? Is it this Chris guy? Here's the other thing that really bums me out. This is my birthday. And I always look for, there's always a movie that somehow airs on my birthday or close to it.
Okay.
And I'm always excited for when, maybe there's a good movie, because then I can celebrate my birthday by watching a great Hallmark Christmas movie.
Okay.
I'm not bummed. I'm kind of bummed that this is the one that's landing on my birthday. So
wow, interesting.
I'm going to watch it, but I'm probably not going to watch it on my birthday because I'm going to go do other things. So this will be one that I'll just have to watch later on.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, you think a better one, Hallmark should consult you, get a better one for your birthday. I agree. You are the Christmas aficionado, not just the Christmas lightweight enthusiast. So, okay. Now, I know this will have a big following because they're on When Calls the Heart, Erin Krakow and Daniel Lissing, which I don't watch. I know you don't watch. Benjamin Ayers has a big following. The rest of them, there's Kurt Russell. And then, of course, is Kurt Cesarka. There's the Cesarkis, which is a huge following. #Cesarkis. So we'll have to give it a try. I'm going to give it a 10-minute test. I agree with you. I can't tell if it's going to take itself too seriously or if it's going to be funny. It's got to be funny. There's like 3 guys. They're all named Nick. It's like my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. They've got to lean into it and just go and be funny. So, all right, now this looks good. 'Tis the Season to Be Irish, Sunday, November 10th. You want to give this one a go?
Sure. This is starring Fiona Gubelman and Ian. See, you give me this. Look at this name. Is it Ewan Mackin?
Ian? And maybe Ian.
Mackin. Maybe Ian. Okay, Ian Mackin. So Rose, a nomadic house flipper, heads to Ireland to sell a cottage. Oh gosh, you love this one already. But her plans are upended when she meets Sean, a local realtor determined to preserve his town's heritage. As she works on the cottage and embraces Irish Christmas traditions, Rose finds herself falling for Sean and questioning her fear of settling down. Together, they must confront their past and discover if love is worth taking root. So, it doesn't take place, though, in a nice little country area. This is taking place, obviously, Is it where's is it?
Is it Dublin?
Is
We
it,
don't know.
yeah, it doesn't say exactly where they go, but she heads to Ireland, so it takes place in
Okay.
Ireland. So does it actually take place in Ireland? If it
Right.
does,
We don't know.
I'm excited for it. If it doesn't, if it looks fake, like they took some stock shots of Ireland and threw it in, and everybody's always inside, then
Right.
I'm not as excited. So
That's right.
that's hard. So Fiona Gumbelman, it was, I think, new to Hallmark.
Okay.
She is on a show called A Good Doctor that I watched for like 2 seasons and then I gave up on, but I liked her on that show.
Okay.
I don't know who the guy is, and I don't know if his name is Ian or Eowyn or Iowyn or Eowyn or
Right.
however. I'm sorry I'm mispronouncing your name. But yeah, if it
Okay.
takes place in Ireland, it's a thumbs up for me.
Right, but if it's like a green screen in Piscataway, you're not into it. It'll ruin
Nope,
it all. So right, and it very
exactly.
well could be. We just don't know. So I'm thinking it's a small Christmas, like a small Irish town, not Dublin. There's a cottage involved either way. I'm excited for it. I like it. So that's a yes for me. I want to see it, and I want to. Yeah, I'm interested how he pronounces his name. So
Yes.
I'm thinking it's Ian because if his name was Eoin or something, that'd be rough. But who knows? So we
Eowyn.
are Iowin. Yeah, I don't know. Christmas with the Sings, Anuja Joshi, Benjamin Hollingsworth for Asha Singh. Christmas is the most important time of year, but when she's stuck working at the hospital, oh, I hate when these have hospitals. She wishes for some much needed Christmas magic. Her former high school classmate unexpectedly reappears in her life after a magical year together. He proposes, but the first Christmas isn't exactly the fairy tale they imagine. They go home. They get a reality check. Their families couldn't be more different, juggling various holiday traditions, big personalities, cultural differences. Oh, this does look good. And complicated family dynamics. It's a challenge the two families have to survive. So this is interesting, the two different backgrounds and seeing how they go. Okay, so it won't take place in a hospital. I'm interested in this one. Friday, November 15th.
So it does say, you skipped over the line where it says when they head home for the holidays, they quickly discover their picture perfect romance is about to get a serious reality check.
Yes.
So obviously they when they get home, they discover their families are awful, which is what this sounds like. I don't know her. I think she's new to Hallmark.
Right.
Benjamin Hollingsworth, I believe has been on at least 1 or 2 things of Hallmark. Probably been in a ton of them. I just don't know. Like I said,
Right.
I don't watch any of the ones that aren't Christmas. So that could be fun if it's a comedy and the families are kind of like over the top. I'm all for it.
Right.
If it's a drama, then I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a drama. Just from what I'm reading about it, it looks like it's going to be fun. And the fact that their families, I think they're different, and probably maybe one's there you get to see some zany sides of some. Could be fun. It could go horribly wrong. That'll be interesting just to see. So Christmas with the Sings, and they do go back to the hometown, which is always good. So all right, I'm liking this list so far this year. Overall, we're at November 15th. What are you thinking of this list so far? I think let's finish through this weekend, and then we'll pick back up on another episode. What are you thinking so far about this list? Well, I guess we should go through this weekend and then see.
Yeah, I think we have a few more, but
Okay.
why don't we go through a few more and then kind of give our thoughts? So
Let's do it. All right.
All
Jingle
right.
Bell Run.
All right, I'm in it for this one. Saturday, November 16th. Ashley Williams and Andrew Walker. So here we go. Avery, played by Ashley Williams, is an unadventurous school teacher whose sister secretly signs her up for the Great Holiday Dash, a Christmas-themed reality competition show where she's paired with former hockey player Wes, played by Andrew Walker. Despite clashing at first, Avery's puzzle-solving skills and Wes's physical prowess help them excel as they travel from city to city and compete in festive feats from a local flavor. It's not long before a real connection between these opposites begin to blossom. But when Avery overhears a conversation between Wes and a show producer, it threatens to derail their budding romance. Keeping their eyes on the prize, the duo continues to dash to the finish line, but there may be more personal adventures for them still in store.
Wow. That one looks good.
So Ashley Williams, Andrew Walker. I don't think they've been paired up before, but maybe they have. I don't recall. But Ashley Williams, one of my favorites. She's always fun. puzzle solving skills. I
That's
kind of threw
interesting.
you off, and he's a hockey player. They always have like these hockey players and baseball players, and ones that you don't need to know really. We don't need to know what their job is. I mean, if this is just a competition, they're. I'll put it this way: the ones where they have a fake reality show in these movies have been really bad. I've not been a very fan of them. If this is quirky and fun, I'm all for it.
Right.
And it's got Ashley Williams, so I'm definitely going to watch it. It's on a Saturday night. This is the one that should have aired on my birthday because this sounds a lot more fun. Yeah, I'm going to call Hallmark right now. I'm going to ask them to switch the weekends because we have to have a good movie on my birthday.
I agree, and I think this is a really fun birthday one. Oh, there's Joe calling right now. It's me, it's Howard Hallmark. So the interesting part is Ashley Williams is always good in these, and she's like the opposite of Nikki DeLoach. Her movies are always kind of zany and funny. Sometimes they do have put her in a serious one, and it doesn't hit as well. So hers are always fun. Andrew Walker is really good. He's one of the bigger stars. So this is a definite one. I'm excited for this. It looks like a lot of fun. We're now mid-November. I mean, things are like full swing. So it might be snowing out by you in the Pittsburgh area. So this I'm one of the ones I'm most excited for as well. Let's go on to Sunday, and then we'll give our overview, our thoughts so far. There's a lot here. So Confessions of a Christmas Letter. This is Angela Kinsey from The Office and Alex Santos. So Seti Rose, who's Kinsey, a quirky family matriarch, enters her town's annual holiday letter writing contest but needs help. So she hires struggling novelist Juan to craft the perfect letter. When a mix-up leads to the rumor that Juan is engaged to Seti's daughter, the whole family scrambles to keep up the charade. As Juan bonds with the Roses, and overcomes his writer block, Seti learns that embracing her imperfect family is what truly makes her story special, with a cameo by Brian Baumgartner. So obviously they're appealing to The Office fans. Are you an Office fan, Joe?
I love The Office. I love Brian Baumgartner. He's probably if he comes in with chili, it'll be amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's not a romance for her. She plays the mom.
Right.
So for her daughter, Lillian Duché Roach, who I don't know who that one is.
Right.
Crafting the perfect letter kind of competition, the contest. That sounds so boring. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. And really, are we going to make a whole movie about that? I guess. I don't know.
Right.
If it's just a part of the movie and it's really how, but like there's a mix up that leads to the rumor that that Juan is engaged to her daughter. Right. I don't understand what the big deal is. You just say, nope, that's not true.
Right. Exactly. It's a short movie.
I think it sounds like it's an okay movie. They threw in some bigger stars to get you to watch because the storyline's probably not as good as it probably should be. Like I said, if Brian Baumgartner comes in with chili and spills it himself all over it, perfect movie.
You're right. Okay. So I'm thinking conversely, it's a really good movie. And these Office stars who don't necessarily need to do this, I'm guessing they're only saying yes because it is a good script and it is a good movie. So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt too.
You're giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm interested because, it has The Office to it. I like The Office. I'm not a huge Office fan. I watched it when it was on. So it'll be interesting to see. And they don't normally have the mom as the bigger star than the daughter. So I like that that's a different twist too. So I'm going to give it the 10-minute test. I'm not super excited, but I'll give it the 10-minute test. I'm not going to watch just because she was in The Office 20 years ago, but I know a lot of people will. So
and I'm very proud of you that you knew The Office.
That's right. Yes. Some of the pop culture I've seen. You're right. That was a good one. All right. So overall, what I'm seeing, Joe, is a lot of new people that they're introducing. It's like Saved by the Bell, the next class. They're bringing in more new actors. It seems.
Well, they've been doing that for a couple years now. We've been getting a lot of new faces, trying to find that next star. How many more movies can we pair Lacey Chabert with the same people over and over again? I mean, it works. It's still great. I still love all these movies, but yeah, these new stars coming in, finding someone fresh and new. I'm not saying that it's, we should need to get rid of the older stars, but it's got to evolve, and I'm excited for some of these movies. I think some of them sound pretty boring. I excited for the ones in the very beginning. I think those ones sound fun. The October, early November ones for me have never been fantastic.
Right. Kind of the dead spot. I agree.
It is. It's kind of leading up to the big weekends that are coming up. The last few weekends in November are always the best movies. They obviously place them that way. They know what is good. They start off strong, have a kind of lackluster in between, hit Thanksgiving, go running. Last year, December actually was a big surprise because usually December is also okay, nothing great. But last year we got some really great movies in December. So I'm cautiously optimistic for most of these. I think there are a few duds here. But I'm watching every single one. I have to do a ranking video at the end of the year.
Yes, you do.
It's the first video I put out in January every year where I rank every Hallmark movie from that year, which includes not only these ones, but the ones that came out in the summer and any ones that'll be on the streaming app. So I have no life now. I'm glad I bought some whiskey because at least I can stay home and drink my whiskey, watch my Hallmark movies, and just get ready for Christmas.
I love that. So I want to see if it's a really bad movie, how low the bottle gets, if that's how it works. So.
we should do a live. Should I just do a live stream of me watching it and slowly watch how much I drink? Because the more I drink, truthfully, the more I drink doesn't necessarily mean how bad the movie is or how good the movie is, because I could be having a lot of fun and drinking at the same time. So
it basically means how good the whiskey is. I guess that
is probably true. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Although this one, they're like, oh no, another scene where they're writing a letter. Quick, give me something.
Let me go get the $20 whiskey this time.
Exactly. Well, I think I'm excited for it. This is exciting. It all comes around. You're like, oh my gosh, we're back. We're back to this time of year, which is just really awesome. And it means, every weekend there's fun things going on. Then there's the follow-up. There's the previews. I like doing the preview of each weekend before more of a deep dive, what we're going to watch. And we love, having you involved with that too. And just to see, and it's also good. I know you're watching all of them, so I don't feel like I have to. If there's a few that I'm not going to, I can always check in with you and be like, hey, how was that one? So that helps me a lot because it's an intimidating list. It's a lot. And there's people you don't know. You're just not sure. But I think everybody, if you're not sure, give it the 10-minute test. Watch like the first commercial break at least. You'll know, I think, right away if you're into it or not.
It'll be watch the first commercial because it's when these movies premiere, it's the first 20 minutes and then a commercial.
Yeah,
that's usually how it works. So give it 20 minutes. I think it's worth the time of 20 minutes. You're gonna find that most of them are pretty good, at least worth watching. There's always a few stinkers. But like I said, I'm watching all of them.
You're watching all of them.
I'm a sucker for pain, I guess.
Well, it's great. You like it, you do it, and you've got 4,000 subscribers and growing daily, maybe in the millions after this episode.
I'm fully expecting it. If I don't get those millions, then we know that without Seth, your show is crap.
Right. I think we already know that. And, Seth tells me that daily. So Seth, don't forget James Bond. If you're still listening, that is the code word, my dear cousin, Seth. He'll be with us back soon. Hopefully, whatever big business deal he's doing, I'm sure he makes it. He's a master at business. He's a master. So anyway, Joe, this was fun. There's so much to say. Why do it in one episode? We can break it up. We can do a slow burn of it and have some fun. But we covered a lot of ground here, like the first solid month, basically. And there's a lot more to go. We've got the rest of November, December, and the movies and mysteries. And maybe we'll do some Lifetime. There's Netflix ones. There's a whole lot of other great ones. So there's a lot. We've got a lot to do. A lot of fun stuff coming up.
There has never been more Christmas media to watch than the past 10 years. Yes. I mean, I when I catalog these year and Christmas videos and stuff, there's quite a bit, but I would never know how I'm going to ever catalog in the 2010s, because once that starts happening, and there's like 30 movies on Hallmark, there's 30 movies on Lifetime, there's whatever. I mean, it's when people say there's a war on Christmas, I would say you haven't been watching TV, because there is more Christmas on TV now than there ever has been.
That's right. That's true. I know it is. It's everywhere, and it's great, and it's fun, and it makes it really feel like the big season. Now we're starting October 18th. This is a fascinating. It will be the explosion of Christmas going on soon. We've got it all the effects at once.
Move over Halloween. You might as well move to September, because Christmas, it's time for Christmas.
Exactly. That's it. Right. And it's starting soon. By next year, Labor Day, we're going to go full into 100 movies. It's going to be fantastic. So everybody check out Joe, the Christmas Aficionado, on YouTube and Instagram. He's got the best Christmas content going. If you're looking for even more, go there, check it out. And you could even reach you. Can they email you, Joe? What's your email? I know I have
well, you could just leave a comment. I read every comment that's put on there. If you go to my channel, there is a way to connect with me by YouTube, but leave a comment, hit a like, hit a subscribe button. I will see everything that gets posted. I read.
If you're still listening to this point, comment James Bond on one of his videos. That'll be a lot of fun. Let's see how that goes.
I would love to see that. I expect 20 million James Bond comments that I won't eventually be able to get through.
James Bond on Christmas Aficionado YouTube. If it doesn't happen, that just means there's so many at once that it broke the internet link to your show. That's what it is.
I'm
that
sure
could
that's
very
what
well happen. I'm betting it is. So anyway, you can reach out to us, Christmas Cousins Pod at gmail.com or at Christmas Cousins Pod. I read all of it. Cousin Seth, I don't know what he reads and what doesn't. I text him stuff and give him updates. I'm basically his administrative assistant. But Joe, thank you for stepping up. You leapfrogged a lot of other cousins who are dying to be on today. So congratulations to you. And you see, we're like Menudo. Seth maybe just aged out and you just stepped right in. So this is wild. Like a whole Ricky Martin thing going on here. So you're like Menudo. I like that. So anyway, thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody. This is exciting. Breaking news. I mean, this is just, it's great. And there we go. Breaking news. I mean, we're live. It just came. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.